Hey campers, George here. Walkabout time, yeah? And I have a sharp and shiny to show you as well. I'm out at a local trail. I haven't been out here for a while. The last time I was out here, I was with Lee from The Usual Suspects. We trudged around here and had a look. And I thought I'd just come back and have another look-see. We have snow coming at last. The next couple of days we're looking at some snow coming in, so that's a good thing. But that's not going to stop us, right? Snow trudging. Probably one of my favorite times to get out there. It's so peaceful. So, yesterday, got home and there was a prize waiting for me. Another sharp and shiny. So I thought, perfect, let's go walkabout and have a look-see at this thing. It's a Mora, yeah, another Mora, the 2000. Let's go check it out. So today we're trudging on Heath Creek Trail. It's a local trail here that I found on an app called All Trails, and it's in Rice County area where I live. Actually, my work is a 5-minute walk from here. It's a great place to walk. It's got a nice creek in it. You can see it's icing over. Still a little bit here of running water underneath. I'm not sure if this one stays open the whole year through winter. Most of the small creeks here surprisingly do. Even some of the good trout creeks. Let's find a good spot and have a look at this Mora. Well, I found a spot close to the river here. Nice to see ice and everything on the river. It's starting to form now, and like I said, next couple of days we're going to be getting snow. Temperatures are dropping. Good thing. Why I decided to come on a walkabout was, like I said, this year most of my reviews are going to be outdoors. Unfortunately, this is the first one. You know what that means, right? Yeah, didn't pack right. It's beautiful out here, great day, and I left my tripod at home. What do? You get some sticks, you pound it into a log by the river, prop your camera up against it, and you do the review. So what I'm talking about today, I was sent some knives over Christmas, gift from a subscriber, wanted to show his appreciation, and he sent me a couple of knives and a prize for Mary. Moras? Ho-hum. Wow. It really opened my eyes to Mora. So I went online and had a scratch around and read the comments and everything like that from you guys on my Mora videos. And one guy mentioned the Mora 2000. What's that? Well, I have it in my pack, I hope. Oh yeah. This guy here, a fixed blade, that plastic style sheath on it. See it there? It has that rubberized handle. Now, you all know I'm a wood guy. I like wooden handles. But I got to say, this handle, you see it's kind of got the pattern on it and everything like that. It's rubberized. The lighter green you're seeing here is like a rubber. The grip on this is unbelievable. I can't move this knife in my hand when I grab it. The style of the handle, pretty common style. It's a good fit. You've got the thin up towards the blade. You've got your protection here. It's thin here, gets fatter and goes thin again. That fatter bit is what gives you the grip so the knife won't slip in your hand. You've got a little bit of a raise here that holds it in your hand now. Now, a good way to check a knife for grip, does it fit your hand? If you hold it like this and look here at your palm, see my fingers here? They're touching the pad of my thumb. You see that? That means this handle is a good size for my hand. And you can see it there. It's always a good indicator. If you're looking at purchasing a knife and you're standing and you're wondering, and you put your hand on the handle. You know, not just how it feels or how grippy it is, how does it sit in your hand? And you can see here, the raised butt is right in the right position for me. My hand won't slip on this. A really good design for me. And probably 80% of the people out there, this would be a good fit. Of course, like I said, it is the Mora 2000, and you can see that blade. Now, of all the knives that were sent to me, they all have this dip in it, where they've ground it out. Can you see that? You can just see the line. It's not as obvious here. And it has that awesome blade. Now, these things, they come razor sharp, literally razor sharp. Very nice. If you look on the blade there, it says Mora I, and I believe it says made in Sweden, and this is the stainless. Now, I'm not sure if they have a carbon blade in this. I haven't looked, but I noticed that in the model number they do say Mora I 2000S. It says the S on the model, and I'm wondering if they do have a carbon. I'll have to have a look into that, because personally I like a carbon blade. It's just a personal preference, and I believe that this steel is the Scanvic. Don't hold me to that. There's a couple of things I've done wrong already on this review, and that is all of them plan badly. You know, normally I look up the stuff, I read about it, and I print it out, because my memory is not what it used to be. And I left it behind. So this is going to be a very basic review. But you know what? It's an easy knife to review. Pretty standard, pretty straightforward. You've got that, I want to say, drop off, like a drop point blade. And it has the flat grinder, and then it's got this solid curve up. You see that like belly in it there. This is going to be good for slicing. This for your camp work. The sheath, once again, I'm not a plastic fan. It's a solid plastic. Nothing wrong with the sheath, and it works. And then they put the leather strap on here to go on your belt. The other thing they do is they make this here, and if you're wondering what that's for, I can't show you because I don't have a button on me. But you can clip it onto a button on your shirt, your work pants, your overall, your coverall, that sort of thing. You can clip it on there if you don't have a belt. If you're wearing like a full overall, you don't wear a belt, but you have buttons, and this will sit on a button. Like all their outdoor knives with these kind of sheaths, when you push it in, you hear the click, it's in there good. It's not going anywhere. Very nice. And it fits in that way, and yeah, the other way. Right or left hand carry, doesn't matter, it goes in there. It does have those two holes on there, which is, I believe it's for two reasons. One is if water gets in here, it's going to pool. This will drain the water. Or you can put something through here, like some string with a quick release on it, and wear it as a neck knife. Or attach it to your backpack that way, or something like that. This is screaming at me. I'm looking at this and I'm going, leather sheath, wood handle. Now, here's the thing that I don't know. And when I get home and I go to edit the video, I will look it up and find out. Is this a full tang, or is it a rat tail, or a 3/4? I'm not sure. It's got to be at least a 3/4 because it's a camp knife. You know you're going to batten with it. This is a healthy blade. It's not thin. It's got some thickness to it. It's a nice length here. You know what? I bet you I have. You're going to laugh at me on this one. Look at that. A tape measure. Let's get some measurements. Hey, we're outdoors. I don't have a built-in measuring thing on my desk. So if we look here, we're looking from the tip of the blade, to the front of the handle. 4 1/4 inches. It's a nice length. It is definitely a camp knife length, hunting knife. Anything shorter, a 3.5 inch. If this was 3.5 inch, it'd be more bushcrafty, and I'm pretty sure the blade would be thicker. So there's that. Overall length, 8.5 inches. Tip to the butt. The handle, 4 5/8 for the handle from the front to the butt. Solid handle. This is a hard plastic, so you could probably use it to beat something in. You know, I don't typically do that. It's a very small surface. When you bang in like this, if you miss, catch your hand. Yeah. I like these knives. I got to tell you, I'm really liking these knives. Everything about them is what I've never looked for, because it just didn't appeal to me, and I'm impressed. These are nice. I love these blades. Why it was screaming at me, wooden handle, leather sheath. And I kind of like this square rectangular shape. That would be unusual. Put it in there with a leather sheath and put a wood handle on it. How hard it would be to get rid of this handle, I'm not sure. I have to think about that, because, you know, these things, they cost me money. I'll look into it. If it is a full tang, or at least a 3/4, then I'm thinking about stripping the handle off and making a leather sheath and a wood handle. I think this, you're basically using this as a blank. It would be a great project. Just saying. Let me find a piece of wood. Where am I going to find a piece of wood? Ha. Okay. I had to wander off and find at least something hard. And yeah, when I trudge, one of the things I carry in my day pack is this guy, the Opinel. This is a number 12 folding saw. Great thing to have in your pack. Just put it in your pocket. They work really well. They cut well. I modified mine, and it'll sit in my pocket right there, like that. Or if you're handy dandy, let's see. I've lost the knife. Whew, found it. Problem is when this is on the ground, it's not that easy to find, especially for an old guy in my old eyes. Let's test this guy out now. I mean, obviously you want to see if it's going to cut into the wood. And yeah, it does just fine. You ready? Catch. Yeah, they come. Did I get you? Nope. And look at this piece of wood. Very nice. It's kind of, I don't know what it is, but look at that. Make a good wood handle. So back to the knife. This is the problem with outdoor reviews. I get distracted. You know, slicing with, this is a hard piece of wood, by the way. Slicing it like this, it just zips through this, through the knots and everything. Wow. Would I batten with this? This is pretty hard wood. I think I'm gonna, you can see the two different colors in there. It's really hard, a little bit softer on the outside. So it slices through that. I just want to get a, do you notice which part of the knife I'm using? The flat blade. That's where I would do my heavy work. I want to keep this nice and clean for my slicey stuff. So if you want to really get some pressure, you want to be close to your hand, you have better control. So I just want to flatten the top off here without cutting my hand. And let's see if I can find somewhere to sit this, and we'll batten it with this, see if we can split it and make a fire, make a feather, a small little feather stick out of it. Unfortunately, and I didn't look this up when I came, no fires right now out here on this particular trail. But we can test it. So let's see if we can split this without dropping my camera into the water, rolling down into the water. Start it off. Wow, this wood's hard. There we go, look at that. As hard as this wood is, it's going through. Look at that. See this wood? I love these different colors. Can we feather? Let's have a look. When you feather, you want to slice to get the curl. So This is not an ideal piece of wood to be doing it with, but you can see how well this blade does. Let's get this a little thinner. Obviously you want a thin piece of wood. Let me just thin it out here. Get it, it's not long enough, but this is very, 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 very slicey. Look at that. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's not even budging on that. Yeah, I think this will do. Love this knife. One thing though, I did notice the spine is rounded. You won't be able to strike a ferro rod with that. That's unfortunate, but I would file this down and get a nice 90 on it. It takes some work, but you can do it really nicely. You can give it a good hard filing and then, you know, really shine it up. You won't even notice it, and you'll have a good edge right there for striking. You don't want to mess with this part of it. You want to stick to the thick side and do that. So, you know, I keep putting things on the ground, and this color, you know, these brown leaves everywhere, but this just blends right in, which I suppose for hunting and that sort of thing would work. I didn't even look at that spine. I'm surprised that it was rounded. Can't strike a fire out here anyway. There's signs posted anywhere. Please, no fires. So there you have it, the Mora 2000. A very quick look at it. I think a good hunting knife or a camp knife. It's a nice knife, and you know, I love the Mora blades. Even though I prefer carbon, I'll take their stainless, that's for sure. Very nice, very well made. You can't beat that with a big stick. Well, you can. You just saw me do it. You know, the three I've looked at, I have not been disappointed. The majority of their knives, in fact all of their knives, are pretty good. Their blades you can't beat. I just have a little bit of a problem with plastic. It's a nice handle. It's sticky as ever. It's not going to slip out of your hand at all. And of course, I love that idea. Not many. That's the problem with a leather sheath. You know, leather sheath, you have to put the belt clip on the other side to turn it around. A leather sheath shaped this way, if you do it right, you don't have to worry about left or right hand. And to tell you the truth, this idea of this, that's what made me think of leather. And I'm thinking, you have this in leather and you have these, and you mount a ferro rod holder on it. That would be cool. Maybe that's a project we can look at in the future. Who knows? Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Oh, everything's going wrong on this one. The first outdoor review of the year. There will be more, just saying. You will be safe out there, especially with these sharp and shinies. And of course, when you're out trudging, be safe. Make sure you're ready to go trudge. You have everything you need just in case. Even on a 1 or 2 hour trudge or a day hike or a day trip, I carry certain things, and I have a lot of them. They vary, but I'll share them with you. I've also modified some stuff, especially cooking stuff. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Pics and whatnot coming up of what I saw on the walkabout.